I've travelled to the Canadian capital, Ottawa, to find out whether Donald Trump could have actually lost the Conservatives here the election.
We're feeling pretty good about it, to be honest. I think the Conservatives will pull it off. We don't want to spend too much time focusing on what the media says. At the end of the day, it's going to be the young people's election.
Canadians will vote for their new leader tomorrow. And what better way to get a sense of how they're feeling than by going to a hockey game?
I'm feeling hopeful for the election that we're going to have some change in this country. It's been a decade of liberal policies that have brought the quality of life pretty much down. So I feel people my age, at least, in my circle of friends, were really hopeful for a Conservative win.
Since returning to office, Donald Trump has appeared to do serious damage to the US's relationship with Canada, saying it should be the 51st state and slapping huge tariffs on Canadian exports to the United States.
That's our closest neighbor and what is supposed to be our biggest trade partner, our military partner. And that's fallen apart pretty quickly.
Our sovereignty is at risk all the time, and he threatens it a lot, and so we need like a strong leader who can stand up to Donald Trump.
It's led to a sharp swing in the polls toward Liberal candidate and sitting Prime Minister Mark Carney, and away from the Conservative Party leader Pierre Poilievre.
I think he's been a fairly big factor in that a lot of people seem to feel that we need somebody who can handle him. I think it's really essential now that we get a Conservative government in.
It's been portrayed as a distraction for the main media, where they want to make it seem that it's a bigger deal than it is. But at the end of the day, we have to focus on the issues in the country that happened prior to Donald Trump being elected.
I think Canada is and should be forever changed. This is an eye-opener to Canada. We have to take things into our own hands.
Later in the night, we stopped by a bar in central Ottawa, which has stopped selling American liquor, and they say their customers are keen to support more Canadian products too.
We've tried to minimize any American products that we buy, sell, or use. And in our case at the bar, it was a very easy decision to pull all of the American bourbon out, any beer or wine that was sourced in the United States. We're making all of our old fashions with Canadian rye instead of American bourbon. Easy decision to make. It's a better product in a lot of cases anyway.